Welcome to the Free Your Spirit podcast. My name is Louise Wilson. I'm a mystic, healer, entrepreneur, and business coach, and I am obsessed with helping you open up the lines of communication with your spirit so that you can receive the wisdom, the guidance, the clarity, and confidence you need to reach your big goals and dreams. Hey there folks, and welcome to episode 11 of the Free Your Spirit podcast. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about listening to our ancestors. And this week's episode has been inspired really by my own experience, and especially this past week, because I feel we're in a very powerful moment in time and in history, and there's so much going on in the world around us, and I've just been feeling very powerfully that my ancestors are very close by and they're communicating with me. I feel them as I go to sleep at night, and I've been feeling them during the day and when I wake up in the morning. It's just been a very powerful experience for me over this past week, and I wanted to share it here on the episode because we all have ancestors, obviously, and we all have this opportunity to tap in and to receive those messages. I know many of you already do that and already are completely dialed in and connected. But for me this past week, it's just been especially deep and profound because I really feel as though they're present to me, to what's happening for me in my life. And I feel like they're showing up to give me their support. They're saying, we're here to support you in whatever way we can. And I'm really leaning into that. I'm leaning into the qualities that I know that my ancestors possessed on my mum and my dad's side. And in particular, one morning I woke up and I felt the presence of an ancestor that I knew of. I didn't know him personally, but I feel like he was showing up for me because he had quite a reputation of like standing up for what he believed to be true and right. And this is a quality, I think, in my ancestral line on my dad's side and on my mum's side. And I think it's just a way of saying, Louise, keep going, keep showing up. Obviously, in the work that I do, I'm putting myself out there. And I'm so deeply passionate about my work. But sometimes it can take a lot, right? Like every time we up level, next level in our lives, it always takes courage. If you see people out there, don't imagine for 1 minute that they don't feel fear, because every time you up level, there is a little bit of fear involved. And then you get to that level and it's comfortable, and then the next shift comes and you've got to up level again, because we're constantly evolving and growing in life. So I feel like they were showing up to just be present to me and to cheer me on. I know that the work that I do, if they were here today, they would be like, what? And not understand it at all. But I think from their vantage point, from where they are right now, they get it. They get the work that I do. They understand that we are infinite, immortal, and eternal. They're on the other side of that now. And it's important for us to tap into that, to really lean into that part of us that is infinite, immortal, eternal, that part of us that will always push us to expand, to grow, to be all that we can be, because we are infinite. And that's the challenge that we face in this lifetime, is that we've got our conscious mind. There's that part of us that's afraid to do the things and afraid to take action. And so I feel like my ancestors, that's why they've been showing up for me. It's like, Louise, this is a very, very powerful time. It's important to be focused, to keep moving forward. And I wanted to share this today in the podcast because I think that's a message for all of us, that we're living in very powerful times right now. And if you want to make a change in your life, go for it. This is a really good time to be really going for your dreams. And speaking of dreams, another thing that I've noticed, and as you know, I work with my dreams. I work in the dream time. It's work I love to do. But I've been having a couple of very interesting dreams about death, right? And I know that the message, these are very clear messages that are being given to me by my spirit in my dreams. It's not about, Louise, you're going to die. It's nothing to do with that. But what the imagery, and perhaps I will just share this one dream that I had with you because it was very interesting. But it really is, again, leaning into that thing of act, the time for now. It's time now to take action. This is a really good time to act. Don't waste any more time. Keep moving forward, right? So what this dream I had it was very powerful. I was with a young girl and we're in this pub, and this young lad came in the pub, and he was probably in his late 20s or early 30s, and he had all these tubes attached to him. And he asked the girl that I was with, because I wouldn't say she was my friend, I didn't know her, but we were hanging out. And he said, oh, can you just help me, with these tubes? And then he explained, I just had this major operation. And he was very matter of fact. He says, I'm dying. I've only got 2 weeks to live, and my mates are all coming down here to the pub, and I just want to have a really good time with them because I've only got 2 weeks. So I'm going to make the most of it. And it was kind of a bit shocking and jarring, but he was having a blast. He was laughing. He brought this list of all the songs that he wanted the DJ to play. There were like probably 150 songs on there, and he was just like ripping it, right? And so we seemed to go forwards in time in the dream. And then the next thing, his friends are there, but he has now passed and they're celebrating his life. So we know that he's passed away. And I think on waking from that dream, it was just a very, 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 very powerful reminder. Like, here you have this young lad, he knows he's only got 2 weeks, so he's going to make the most of life. But we need to, how often do we show up with that kind of zest for life every single day? I mean, do we do that? Showing up thinking, gonna give it my all today, right? I think I know I can get complacent. And I think that the dream, again, it was just a very powerful reminder about life. It's fleeting. This is it. So to really kind of live it to the full. And I feel that was also really what my ancestors were also saying to me. Because here's the thing, there was a time in my life, I'd say 25 years ago, when I was afraid of dying. I'm no longer afraid of dying, but I used to be afraid of dying. But I was also afraid of living. Afraid of living. I was afraid of everything. So here you have me, afraid of dying, afraid of living. What the heck? Like, how could that girl possibly move forward or do anything in her life when she's just paralyzed by fear? And I think it's something that we've probably all experienced at some point in our lives, that fear. And for me, back then, I was afraid of everything, and I was very lost. I wouldn't say I was deeply unhappy, but I wasn't like ecstatically happy either. I was just going through the motions of life. And my marriage was kind of struggling, and it took a traumatic event. It took that separation to really kick me out of that existence, because I now found myself in a situation where I felt I'd lost everything. I had nothing to lose. And so I actually started to participate in life way more fully. I had to. Right? I was forced to. I was forced to find reserves and strength that I never knew I even had. And it was a really, really difficult time. And that was 25 years ago for me when I started my spiritual journey. And that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do. I've been coaching for over a decade now. And, I continue to learn and grow, but I'm passionate about sharing everything that I've learned along the way, because for the 25 years that I've been on my journey, there have been so many twists and turns, ups and downs. And I feel as though I should have got to where I am much quicker than I actually did. But there was a reason for that. And I truly believe that the fact that it took me so long, I needed to do all of the things so that I could show other people the quicker route. Okay, watch out here, don't do this, like just helping people along the way. And I'm so deeply passionate about this work because I was in my mid-30s before I had my wake-up call, and I lost 2 good decades of my life just being afraid of everything. And I don't want that for my clients. I don't want that for you if that's where you're feeling, because it's not necessary. Because we have this incredible power that lives within us that we can tap into. There is a powerful force within us that is communicating with the universe. And the more we can tap into that, lean into the part of us that is infinite, lean into our spirit and soul, we can actually tap into that courage and confidence that we need to live fearlessly, to live courageously. As we connect with our ancestors, we can tap into those powerful qualities that they hold within them, that we can activate those within ourselves to help us on our journey forwards in life. And that's why I love to do this work. That's why I love to work in the realms of past life, ancestral exploration, working in the dream time, because these are all the tools that I've used and tools that I share with my clients that get them results and help them to move forward in. And just to conclude, I truly believe that it's not necessary to hustle and grind in life, especially once we open the lines of communication with our spirit and our soul, because as we do this, we open ourselves to expanded states of awareness. So we can get those creative downloads. We can do things way faster. We're just tapping into a part of ourselves that's infinite, immortal, and eternal. So life becomes so much easier. And this is the work that I'm so deeply passionate about, because I spent so many of my years of my life living in fear, hustling, the grind, all of it. And life is so much easier now as a result of just leaning in. Leaning in, going within, tapping into my intuition. And that's the work I love to share with my clients. And I'm really excited about an upcoming program, Freedom Now. It's a new program, and it's not new in the sense that it's actually a decade's worth of all of the work that I've done with my clients over the years, working in the realms of present life, past life, ancestral exploration and healing, and also working in the dream time. It's a very powerful program, Freedom Now, Awaken and Unleash Your Spiritual Superpowers. And if it's landing for you, you may want to head over to my website, www.louise-wilson.com, and just check it out on my Work With Me page. So, my fellow soul travelers, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I'd love to hear your ahas. If you'd like to leave a review, you can do that, or reach out to me, email me, DM me. I always love hearing from you. And in the meantime and between time, I'm sending a blanket of love to you across the ethers until we meet on the next episode. Bye for now.